not everything was, I don't want to say not everything was above board, because that's not quite what I'm getting. Not everything was out in the open when you were doing this. Hi, my name's Dee and welcome to Sunchild Tarot. Now this is a general reading for Sagittarius the Archer, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, North Node, whichever area of the chart that you're wanting to have a look at. Now, being a general reading, obviously general reading rules apply, as in roles can be reversed, timing is not absolute. You've heard it on all of my videos, never mind other readers' videos. But bear in mind that with my readings, they are for you or they're not. It's a complete reading. If the past and the present don't fit, then the reading's not for you. And that will become obvious as I discuss the past and the present. What I would like you to do is come to this reading with a question. So take a moment if you have to, pause the video, think about all of the questions that are around you. Focus on one of them, because focus, energy in, energy out. But be aware of all of them because the cards will answer what they want. So with no further ado, I think that's everything. Oh, if the reading does mean anything to you, do comment down below, and hey, press subscribe while you're there. Right, let me change cameras and bring up the cards. So, Sagittarius, you've got... Right, well, you've got a bit of a new start going on, but there's a lot of contradictory energies around you at the moment. To look at the... you had the Fool on the bottom of the deck while I was shuffling, and these two cards, when I was dealing them out, I wasn't actually sure, because one was underneath the other, which way round they wanted to do. So I'm interpreting that as your present line, rather than being through that central bit, is a little bit to one side. Things are moving fast, but at the same time you are chained. You are being held back. You are being held back by something that you may have power over, or something else in your way blocking you. The other thing that I noticed is that there is a countdown. Bear in mind that is my normal present position. So all of these cards here, especially how you are feeling, cover this position. So we've got 9, 8, 7 of wands. You're counting down to something, which also, with this Temperance card, I'm getting the feeling of not yet, not yet. We're not down to 6 yet. 9, 8, 7, and you're waiting for that 6. And as you know, 6 of wands on this case is victory. And yes, this Chains card is the Devil card out of this particular tarot. And so I was like, okay, clarify this, as I always do with the Devil card. And I've got the Hanged Man. Yes, you are being held back, and I'm assuming you are being held back for a reason. Now, let's read what the cards are actually talking about. So, I'm going to start 9 of Wands, Magician, 5 of Swords. Right, there was some form of... Okay. There was some form of expedition into unknown territory that people around you were opposed to, but you went to do anyway. So this is the past. This very much recent-ish past. This very much helps you declare your own power and skills. And when I say power, I'm not meaning authority, I'm meaning power. You know, I'm meaning what you can do and how you can affect the world through your actions, through your intent, maybe even a manifestation. But with this Magician, I'm also feeling that not everything was, I don't want to say not everything was above board, because that's not quite what I'm getting. Not everything was out in the open when you were doing this. Maybe you were receiving so much people being frustrated with you because of what you were planning on doing that you decided to do it anyway, but on the quiet. You know, so, but you ended up having a form of rebirth. This was quite a changing experience for you, which left you feeling both connected and in need of rest at the same time. And I think that rest you did get. You saw a slow harvest to to your efforts, and it was at this point that you go, right, that's why I came here. This is what I'm going to do. I can balance all of this. I can integrate this new-ish thing into my life and continue all the old life, putting a pay to all that hassle of the Five of Swords down here. Because this, I'm seeing with this particular Temperance card, then the time was to act, to take it on board, and she's displaying her mastery. Well, they might be clocks that they're holding, so she's displaying her mastery over time. But there's a very powerful angelic, or even showmanship. Ta-da! It's time, you know. Why have I got the Muppet theme tune going through my head now? But it involved a lot of work, which only slowly gave the reward that you wanted. But recently, things around you have been changing, and you have been called to act, and you are urged to act, and you're ready to face any challenge at the moment. But your intuition is also pointing out to you that, not yet, wait for the right time. And so I think what this reading is telling you is the right time is coming, not yet. Not that I'll necessarily know when this right time is, because, oh no, I might. We'll see how the reading goes as it goes through. So you've put this into action, this balancing of this reasonably new thing and your existing life. And life has been changing swiftly around you. It's created a new beginning for you, but you haven't necessarily had all the support that you would have liked, all of the not every door was open to you at the time, or not every door is open to you right now, because bear in mind there's this present line I think is here rather than here, but we have Ace of Pentacles here, Ace of Pentacles here. So yes, the new beginning. Yes, grounded in reality. King of Wands again, like how you're feeling. So again, that urge to, yes, you can move when it's the right time, not just yet. And there's a lot of happiness around you right now, irrespective of whatever this project is. Because I don't think you're feeling particularly happy with the project, because it's almost as if you're being held back and you're wanting to rear forward with it, but not just yet, because you have to bring all things into harmony. And let's face it, you are going through a process of leveling up, and you have to decide, okay, quite possibly, because we've got the Page of Wands here, clarified by the Page of Wands, clarified by the Five of Cups. I think everything that you're trying to accomplish, you need to just narrow your focus a little. I think maybe these cards are telling you a bit too much. And the fact that these 555, which are, 555 angel number. So have a look at whatever 555 angel number is, because I cannot remember for the life of me. But also 5 can be in the tarot a number of challenge. So there's various challenges. You've had the challenge of the mind, you've had the challenge of the resources, and now you're in the midst of the challenge of the heart, or of the dreams. But news is going to come to you, which I'm seeing by this owl on the Page of Wands. There is stuff that you still need to learn. My attention is very much being brought to that book. And even though it's pretty obviously this woman's spell book, it's something that you need to learn, you need to just revise, just dive into. There's more information you need, as well as waiting for all the other components of your plan to come into harmony in the material world around you. So this is internal and external here, because internally you need to narrow your focus and let a couple of things go. It's almost like I want you to realize what you need to sacrifice to achieve this balance, to achieve bringing these two things together in your life. But this is something that you have thought through inside and out. And bear in mind, you are being frustrated at the moment because Mars is in Sagittarius. Of course, you're wanting to race ahead. It's in Sagittarius in Western astrology, and it's entering Sagittarius in Vedic astrology or sidereal astrology now or in the next few days. So this month, anyway. So if I've remembered that right, which I think I have, but remember, I'm not the astrologer. But I can see Mars in Sagittarius, you're going to want to race ahead. Oh, and another devil card. So let's see what this one is saying. So the time that you're coming into, Four of Pentacles. Right, everything that you're trying to build, that you're making a commitment for, you need to protect what it is that you know is essential. Even if that commitment is maybe a little bit more showy than what you was expecting. And let's see what this devil card's got to say. Because it's an ongoing influence. Let's have a look. Four of Wands. Right. Bear in mind, we're February and March. It's a Mercury retrograde. Mercury's entered its shadow period. It goes retrograde around about the 23rd of February, I think, and then moves backward until March the 9th, and then starts moving forward through its after shadow. So it doesn't escape till March the 31st. Be careful what commitments you make. Be careful what you sign up to. Remember, I was drawn very much to the stuff that you have to read at the moment. And considering that Mercury retrograde, read it again, get someone else to read it and summarize it to you and see if they've understood the same thing that you did, and then read it again. So not to sound like a school teacher, but be careful on this. It's because, again, we've got, you'll know when the right time is to act, so maybe it is coming, okay, which isn't immediately, but you need to be prepared to forge ahead. Knight of Wands and the Hangman. So again, you've got that push-pull, push-pull, push-pull going on. That is something that I think you need to, it's obviously an energy that you need to learn to tolerate, to integrate. The idea of moving and being stationary all on the same time. Hey, read quantum mechanics stuff. That will help you with that idea. Things will move fastly, speedily enough soon with some news that comes to you, and you've got to be ready to move quickly, but you need to make sure that you are not distracted by the quality of your own dreams, because although the elements that you need are going to come into harmony together for you, there's not quite all the resources as has been promised with both of these two Ace of Pentacles. You have enough, but the fact that this Four of Wands here is a little bit more fancy and a little bit more celebratory than maybe what you was expecting, just be careful, have contingency plans. But you are going to be led. This dream is going to get to its next stage, but you have to, there's one thing it's warning here is, and again, another 5, you have to be careful that you are tending the people around you as well as yourself, as well as your dream. Do not just become completely obsessed with this dream, because there will be conflict. There are still, maybe people are coming around to the idea of what you've done. We've gone from 5 of Swords to 5 of Wands. They're going, okay, see what you like. But you may be called to transform yourself in order to cut some things out. This is why I'm saying with that 5 of Cups, wherever it was, I think it was here. Yeah. That you have to look at those things that you may need or be able to cut out to narrow your focus. Because who you are going to be in this idea. The dream is solidifying, but who you are going to be as you carry through this dream into the real world is something that it's going to be different a few months from now than what it is right now. So the role that you are seeing for yourself right now to carry through what you want, you're still going to carry through what you want, but the role you're playing will be very slightly different. So one alternate future. We have Nine of Pentacles. So you are transforming, but you're transforming under your own power. So this is not due to external influences. This is due to you having a realization of, yeah, some things here need... I mean, I've got a voice in my head saying you've got to change, but because you are not abandoning parts of your old life at the same time, you are integrating this new idea. It's the new idea that is being changed, the new dream that you've been working on. It's not so much you've got to change, you've got to tweak. You've got to tweak quite and not expect too much of yourself out of this, because you need to be able to plan, but just do that which keeps you happy. Do the level of whatever this dream is that makes you go, yeah, I'm really pleased I'm doing this. I'm really pleased I have done this. Something that gives you that firm emotional base, and the bits that you find boring, tedious, extraneous, ridiculous, what on earth have I got to do that for? That doesn't contribute towards it. Well, don't do it then. Don't do it. Maybe there's somebody else in these harmonious elements that are coming together that they can take care of, that sort of thing. This is very self-focused. It is Nine of Pentacles here, the Hermit here. This is something where, yeah, you're ready for any challenge, and you will have challenges on this. I wouldn't be surprised if whatever this dream or idea is naturally some form of challenging. However, you, not necessarily challenging you, but that you are challenging something. Whether you're going into a legal battle with that King of Swords, oh, there he is. Whether you are politically campaigning, whether you are combating poverty or disease or something, there's a challenging aspect to what you are doing, as in you are the one doing the challenging, as well as you finding it challenging. Now, what's this Emperor trying to say, though? Don't be so challenging to those that are around you that you end up trying to do this all on your own, and you might end up where you're in a high place with no way down. Okay, so remember what I was saying at the moment. You're in a time of the harmonious elements around you coming into play. Let that happen. Balance, as this oracle card says. So all these oracle cards jumped out of the energy oracle, all tied up. We've discussed that you are being held back as much as you're being pushed forward at the moment. But I want to say that's okay. That you're building up the friction like a car revving its engines, ready to go. And it is row, row, row. You know, there's you're getting ready to go, but just be aware of everything that you're carrying with you. The car, if it's really, really laden with a load, ain't going to accelerate off as fast as what you'd maybe like. Angel of Love, which to me is talking about those harmonious elements coming on around you, and the fact that I was saying don't be too much on your own in this, because you have been causing yourself anxiety, and understandably, you know, like I said, Mars in Sagittarius, and the revving of the engines as you're wanting to go, and the starter's gun hasn't gone. I'm getting more the image of horses pouring their feet in those you know, when in a horse race, I don't even know what they're called, but a horse race starting line, they're all in like little cages with gates that open like that. And the horses are ready to go, and the gates aren't opening. But the world is going to be ready for your plan when it lets you do it. And then the final outcome is nowhere near as cheerful, because we've got 9 of Swords, the Tower, and the 5 of Wands. So what I want to and there was me being Mr. Positive. No, but seriously, the Tower is those aspects that I was saying in this 5 of Cups here, that you need to put down, sacrifice, put to one side. But this 9 of Swords, I'm not seeing you as suffering the swords. I'm seeing you as having this. Maybe this is to do with what I was saying about you are going to be challenging, because I'm seeing your energy more in the actual Furies than the Swords. So it's almost like you have that strength of the Furies. Now, I'm not saying that you go and torment somebody, which is what the Furies did, or are they Harpies? Was it Furies or Harpies? No, it was the Harpies that tortured people, wasn't it? But yeah, the Harpies. But nevertheless, you've got that energy of judgment, of indefatigability. You ain't going to be swayed from this, but be aware that you're going to have to stick to your guns and avoid being manipulated by somebody else. So remember what I was saying about anything that you sign up to, read it again, give it to someone else to read and get them to summarize it back to you, and then read it again. How other people are seeing you in this situation. We've got someone seeing you as prey. But also somebody is seeing you as somebody who is sticking faithfully to their own ideas, no matter what the cost. You are immuring? Is that the word? Immuring yourself against some form of pain, and there's choices that you need to make. Just remember, and where did I see? Oh yeah, that Angel of Love card here, because we've got the Lovers card here, and there is that speak of union. And 2 4 of Wands here is that, of course, the marriage card. So let me just get dry. Yeah, I've got a theme going again. Somebody is proposing a union with you. Be hesitant, is what I'm wanting to say, because that's alongside the 3 of Swords. I saw that danger in commitment, but this is in the form of business relationship, in the form of doing things. I'm not feeling the lovey-dovey aspect to it at all. It is more a day-to-day aspect. So I can say quite categorically, this is not a love reading. But hey, you're not Gemini. They're the ones that seem to get love readings from me. But no, I'm not feeling relationship with a capital R here at all. Don't fear about going backwards with this idea. Whatever this new plan is, you can go backwards and still nurture what you need. You're not going off on a wild goose chase, but as we could see, you need to be ready to act when you go, igniting courage. But you need to think this through, and going back over your steps, i.e. like the Mercury retrograde, forward, back, forward, covering the same area over and over again. There's a real astrological bent to Youre. This is the most astrological reading that I've had so far out of all the things that, all the readings I've done for February. But this is you're being held back for a reason at the moment. 1, waiting for the world to come round to it. 2, you haven't finished polishing this idea. 3, You are at risk of someone tricking you into a commitment that's maybe not quite what you are after. So let's have a look. But this is also a wonderful time. So let's have a look at the gods. So we've got that igniting courage card, like I say, which matches your 7 of Wands and the other 7 of Wands, wherever that's gone. Don't know where that's gone. But that urge to dash forward. And like I say, things will move fast enough when it's time. They've been moving fast. It's almost like they've been moving fast around you recently, but you have not been able to move fast with them. But we have Aine, leap of faith. Take a risk and put your heart's true desire into action. Now, what these cards are saying is you have identified your heart's true desire and you haven't, because you need to narrow your focus. In the field that you are looking, your heart's true desire is there, yes, but it might be there or it might be there. And at the minute you're looking at that, so, but light is coming to it. Artemis, and again, goddess of the hunt, as well as goddess of light. So you are seeking what your heart's true desire is, and you've got a good shape for it, but you need to narrow it down. Hemera, rebirth. Sekhmet, empowerment. And this is what all of this to and fro and being held back while trying to race ahead is about. It is about empowering you. So by the time that you do get to move, when this 8 of Wands hits, you've covered all your bases. Let's have a look at the other God card. So we've got Gaia, creation, and Baiame, beauty. I didn't know about Baiame's story. I think that's it. It's about seeing the beauty in things that ain't necessarily all that beautiful on first glance. And Gaia's creation echoes this world card, and wherever that other world card was that I saw, that things are going to come round for you. You are in a process of creation, but bear in mind that you are in a process of creation. You are being recreated. You are having that rebirth. So you are being created. You are creating the new you, as well as, I do feel that this is, whatever this project is that you've already started, it's a way of living. It might be a job. It might be about how you're wanting to run your life. It might be about how you're wanting to run your extracurricular activities outside of work, or it might be a new job. But I rather get the feeling it's all of those. That they're all exhibitions of that same philosophy. I think I mentioned the bottoms of the decks, but what it's saying is, right, the torment's coming to an end. So remember how I was saying that you're being held back, you are going to get released. But there's so much that you need to look at before that happens. But your ships are going to come in. You will be finding your own inner light, but a lot of this work you are going to be doing on your own. And that's why you should not be taking on too much. So I just want to have a look at, because you've been in a role before where you felt like you were doing the same thing over and over and over again, but you created magic with it. And it took you to whole new places, and you got a material, grounded, happy life from it at that time. So you know that something like this, whatever this is, can work and has worked for you in the past. It's almost like, 6 of Swords again, so the whole moving on, but this time with I tend to look at this, I can't remember what the bird is supposed to be, but I always look at it as a phoenix, which probably is, with the Ace of Cups, with a bird on the top of it, again the phoenix, but again, birds, air, so we've got the Ace of Cups as dreams and love, but the air motif going straight through it, the ideas, the concepts. Queen of Wands being somebody who is professional, can manifest what she needs to manifest. And doesn't take no nonsense from anybody. But here, I rather feel this Queen of Wands. Sometimes I look at her as she's sitting in judgment. Here, she's not sitting in judgment because she doesn't have to. If you've got as far as to deal with her, then yeah, you've passed all the tests already. And that's been you in the past. So that can be you again. And maybe that is what you are wanting to be again. Yeah, world's changed. World's definitely changing. And the world has changed since then. So if you're going to recapture that status, it's going to have a whole new flavour, a whole new shape. And it's going to mean something different this time, as we can see by some of the conflict that's coming forward. But yeah, this is looking good for if you're studying for a legal qualification or something. Right. The guardian angel of children. That's a surprise. Honour the precious child within me. I nourish and cherish all new beginnings. Maybe not such a surprise after all, because we said this is the full on, it's a new beginning in full swing, but Ace of Pentacles here, coming on to being on that present line, bringing new beginnings into the real world. But adjustments are required. You are requiring nourishment. You are requiring, that's another thing why you're being held back for other things to get into place, because you need that nourishment. You also need that insight from the book out of this Page of Wands, because all pages are like level up, maybe, but you need that information that's coming in, and that is going to provide you with the nourishment. But Angel of Mysteries, there's still things that you don't know. Protecting treasure. We talked about the need to protect. Was it here? Yeah, Four of Pentacles. While you are making commitments, and beware of being committed to too much or to the wrong thing, you do need to protect your treasure. Simple as that. And while you are, excuse me again. And while you are in that position of, can I go yet? Can I go yet? Can I go yet? Can we go yet? It's not quite, are we there yet? It's, are we moving yet? With each intake of breath, I draw in positivity. And that's something that you need to recall, because remember, that is a useful affirmation, because there is whoever it was that's ready to prey on you and ready to prey on your faith. So it's ready to prey on your faith in them, maybe, or on your faith in this idea. Now, I'm not saying your faith in this idea is misplaced. I'm saying acting on that faith on this idea by committing with them is probably misplaced. Transformation. I think I've discussed that bit already. 77, so angel number again. Spirituality, it's about bringing, it's what I'm saying, that heart's desire, that narrowing the focus to get to your heart's desire. There is, and also how you're feeling is the high influence with the High Priestess at the moment. There is a spiritual aspect to what you are doing, because of course there is. Because like I said, it is part of what you're doing with your job, how you're living your life, how you're managing your social life, how you're doing your extracurricular activities are all part of this one same overriding philosophy. You are birthing a new age. You couldn't make this up, could you? So it is your job at the minute to hold the space to, now that's interesting. Summer solstice and winter solstice, radiance and reflection. Shine your own light and let it be reflected back. But also internal reflection while you're in that Five of Cups time, which is going on at the minute. What bits of this dream what bits of this dream don't interest me, or what bits of this job fail to interest me? Get rid of them. Am I doing this for the right reasons? Am I shining my light? Remember, there is a hermit here, there's a hermit in the future. Are you shining your light by doing this? Let go of the things that you think, yeah, I'm not actually shining my light with this, because there is a love aspect here. So with this Lovers card, there's a unity here, but I believe it's more of a agape than eros. Um, the beloved and Mother Mary, love and peace. Um, let go of the need to be right. Choose peace. Mother healing is possible at this time. So again, I feel that relates to the narrowing your focus. That is not right. That is right. And using that influence of Artemis, wherever she's gone, to hunt. She's another archer, famous for being an archer. You're an archer. To hunt that perfect thing. You can be right, but you're not right yet. And it's only by narrowing your focus, by letting go of the need to be right, that you can suddenly find that that's the bit I'm after. And oh, look, I was right after all. And I do feel there's that I was right after all, because there's all that challenge. There's that with the harpies. I'm feeling that they're sat, and this King of Swords being sitting, not in judgment, but in a place where you can have an effect and have an effect by challenging. And finally, altar, dedication. So, yeah, you're doing the right thing, but you are making a sacred space for yourself at the moment. So, I know you're racing to be off, and there's no small wonder at the moment, but the starting gun hasn't fired yet. So do your housekeeping, check your commitments, and don't get conned into committing to something that you don't need to commit to. Okay, so if you're watching on a computer and apparently not on a phone, you will see some end screens come up which will have your waxing moon reading on and your general Sagittarius playlist, so you can have a look at previous readings, see if they're any use for you. If this meant anything for you, and let's face it, for the people it means something for, it will mean a lot for. Good luck with your new starts. Please do comment down below. Press subscribe if you would, because I'm a new young channel and it would be helpful. In the meantime, good luck with this. Try not to get too frustrated. Things will be moving fast soon enough. Cheers.